Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fire Mountain Live. I'm so happy to be back. Man, I haven't done one of the Fire Mountain Lives for a long time. I'm glad you're all still watching. Keep watching, keep sharing, keep commenting, make the algorithms work so that we get lots of popularity so we can keep doing them. It seems like you're enjoying them. I hope you are. Please let us know. So let us know your comments. I'll try and answer as many as I can, as fast as I can. But we also have to get to our project, you know. And today's project is about chain and pearls. And today it's going to be this nifty Lariat necklace that I made some time ago, made with chain and pearl tassels. It's a lariat. It doesn't have a clasp on it. It's just meant to tie around your neck in any way you like, whether you tie it like a scarf or you tie it like, or you don't even tie it at all, just dangle it around your neck. It all works. But before we get to the project, I got to tell a little story. Once upon a time, oh, wait, there's nobody on my face. I got to tell a little story. You see, there's camera people that are supposed to do this for me. Once upon a time, this nice family came to visit Fire Mountain Gems when we had tours. We will have tours again once danger is past and we can have lots of people in our building again, and come take a tour with us. On this particular day, about 4 years ago, I was the tour guide. And the three of us and me for four, we had so much fun that, you know, the people you meet that you become instant friends with, that's what happened. And so we stayed in contact on social media. And this summer, when I decided to go on a big old road trip, I decided I have to go to Canyon City, Colorado, and visit my friends, Gail and Edie and Mom. More than my friends, they are my self-proclaimed fan club. And now we've added Annie and Roscoe, they're two beagles. So I had such a great time on my road trip. I got to share a little bit. I brought a couple pictures, pictures of my vacation. Here is the world's largest watermelon slice. I think that was somewhere in Utah. Is that upside down? Upside down. There we go. World's largest watermelon slice. I have a giant pink dinosaur. Now it's upside down. Giant pink dinosaur. That was in Utah somewhere too. And here are me and my fan club whitewater rafting on the Arkansas River. It was such a blast. So a big shout out to Gail and Edie and Mom and all their husbands and all the people who were so nice to us in Colorado. We also visited Utah and Nevada, and it was 3 weeks of fun. Just a blast. Okay, now we can get back down to the nitty-gritty of doing projects and such. Oh, we have a few people commenting already. Hi. Alicia wants to say, welcome back. She's from, it says Alicia CI. What does that mean? Something intelligence? And Marisol says hi. I've heard from Marisol before. And Marla from Delaware. And hi, Marla. Nice to hear from you, too. Hope we get some more people coming in here soon. Today, chain. So I want to point out a few of the chains that we have at Fire Mountain Gems. And most people aren't really aware of this. Chains can be used in delicate little necklaces like this one. And this is part of a line of jewelry that we have pre-made. We call it Simple and Sleek, and we make it ourselves so that you don't have to buy the components and make it. You can buy the jewelry pre-made on our Simple and Sleek line, just so you know. Here's another one of the Simple and Sleek type of designs. This little snowflake pendant. Lots of things in the Simple and Sleek. But of course, our jewelry designers are always designing fancy things. And look what you can do with chain. Check it out. You can make fringe earrings. I love fringes. This is using a ribbon end to make that fringe. You could make necklaces where the whole focal is really chain, or this is actually a bracelet, where it's mostly about the chain. You could make pendants that are big and monstrous. So I can't reach back there. Here, I'll show you. Big and monstrous like that one. Ta-da. Yeah, that one right there. Big monster pendants on big monster chains, and little tiny pendants on big chains. Oh, but look at this. This is one of my favorite things to do, is to make a tassel. Tassels are so popular. I don't think they're ever going to go out of fashion. But this one is particularly nice. This one's got 3 layers. So we got a layer of silk, and then a layer of chain. A big old luscious tassel of chain. Beautiful stuff. So many cool things we can do with chain. And don't forget the tassels, because tassels are hotter than hot. So we're going to make a tassel today. So if you don't know how to make a tassel, hopefully by the end of today you will know. And look at all the choices you have with which you could make tassels. Check these out. These are just some of the chains we have at Fire Mountain. We got medium-sized chain, cup chain. This is the one that has the rhinestones already placed inside the little cups to give you that sparkle. Copper, stainless steel ball chain. This is already beaded. Look at this one. It's like little tiny beads on stainless steel, ready to go. And of course, snake chain, more ball chain, lantern chain. That's a fun one. I love lantern chain. It's not used a lot. I should do a project with that, I think. And of course, stainless steel is super hot right now because you can wear it right to the beach and not worry about the ocean destroying it. And all the other types of chain. Goodness gracious. So you can shop firemountaingems.com, find all the chains, and have a lot of fun. Oh, we got people writing in. Porta loves tassels. Yes, tassels and fringe. I don't think fringe gets enough attention. And Teresa says hi from Tampa. Hi, Shirley from Redmond. And Brenda from Charlotte, North Carolina. And Fran wants to know, can we see the monster pendant? I tried to, but that thing was stuck down. I couldn't pick it up. Ooh, oh, there it is. It's just a heavy display. This is one I made. It's made with a gigantic crystal, and then I wire wrapped it. So it was actually quite simple. It looks hard, but it's not so bad. But isn't it a great color? I love that crystal. And it does have a hole in the top, so you could just add a bail. But I wire wrapped it because that's what I do. There we go. Thanks for the question. We love that. Can you... I know where that question came from. Somebody wants to know, could you use something other than chain for chain? Well, I'll show off this one right here. This chain here is not a chain. It's actually a bunch of little ice pick bales. And the little tiny ice pick bales have been joined together to form a chain. So, you know, there's chain everywhere. You can find it, even if you have to make it yourself. Okay, to our project. Our project is this Lariat necklace. I'm kind of a manufacturer of jewelry when I have to make something like this. So the first thing I would do is to prepare all my little beads, because that's what seems to take the longest. And I'm going to put on my fancy glasses so my seasoned citizen eyes can see better. And to get these little beads ready, I've got mother of pearl beads and I've got these pearls. Oh, by the way, this pearl that I'm using, this is the original pearl, and this is the pearl I'm using. And that is because currently this pearl's out of stock. Don't worry when things are out of stock. Just go out and find a substitute. So I'm going to use this pearl instead. Does anybody really care? Feel free to change things around, pick the colors, the sizes, everything you like. Don't have to do it the way I'm doing this one. But if you want to know, you do hashtag MB2W. M as in mother, B as in boy, 2W as in Wingenbach. That's me. And that will get you the materials list after the show is over. So if you want that materials list the way I made it, that's where you find it. But I'm going to use this pearl right here. So to prepare these to use in my tassel, I take a head pin, and I happen to love bead caps, and I'm going to use this big bead cap right here on the bottom, add my teardrop pearl, put on one of the tiny little bead caps. Those are a little tough. That's why I put my good glasses on, to get that tiny little bead cap on there. Now, I know we've shown you how to do loops here at Fire Mountain Live, and there's also tutorials at firemountaingems.com that you can go and look at the tutorial more carefully. I'm going to do this kind of quick because you've probably seen it before. I make a 90-degree bend, I grab my round nose pliers, and I roll this backwards. And that's how to make a simple loop. Oop, I didn't grab the end very well. I don't have my super glasses on yet. Okay, put the super glasses on and get my head down there where I can see. Hope you're not looking at the top of my head now. There we go. And roll that back down to make a loop. And I'm going to prepare 5 of those for each tassel. I'm also going to make beaded links. Oh, we have some more people who are commenting. Kelly from San Fran missed me. Thank you, Kelly. It does seem like it's been a long time since I've done a Fire Mountain Live. And Alsacia? Yeah, those my nails. Thank you. Fire Mountain does that for me so that I can look pretty for Facebook Live. Isn't that nice? Look, I got a little detail nail right there. It's like a little rosebud on there. Looks kind of like I hammered my finger, but it really is a little rosebud. Okay, and for a beaded link, I'm using an eye pin, which already has an eye on one side. Make that 90-degree bend back. This time I have way too much pin left, so I'm going to cut a little bit of that off. I cut it down to, about 1/4 inch. And grab the end of that and roll it backwards to make what I call a beaded link with loops on both ends. That is a beaded link, and I'm going to prepare 9 of those for each tassel. Oh, through the magic of television, I've already done it. So I'm not going to do 8 more of those for you. I'm going to be more entertaining than that, I hope. So once you've got these beaded links and drops prepared, you need to attach them to some chain. And remember, we're talking chain, right? So I'm bringing out my chain stay. This is one of my favorite tools. And we'll see which camera's going to see it best. It's got a little jawed little gizmo up here. I call this the little dinosaur face. And what I do is I take a head pin and I just tie a little knot in the end of it to make it something that the jaw can grip onto. And then I got to turn around my direction. I use that to hang my chains on by just finding the end of a chain, and I hang it on that little piece of wire, which is just a head pin. Hang it on the piece of wire. There we go. And I can use this as a template to cut as many pieces of chain as I want. So let's say my first chain is this long. Ta-da! And I want to make two tassels. So I'll cut both lengths at the same time. And then the next one, I want it to be a little bit longer. As soon as I get that little piece of metal off of there. So I want the next one a little bit longer. So I just cut one a little bit longer. And then I cut a second one, and I can keep going. And look at this, through the magic of television. Yes, I've already done it. I've got all my chains already cut. But it is a great technique for you all to know, and hope that helps you when you're making chains and trying to make them all the same length. I used to literally count the links to make sure that my chains were the same length. Ugh, this is so much easier, so much easier. Use it as a template. So I've got these pieces of chain, and I'm going to put my my drop on the bottom. And to open up these loops at the top, it's just like when you're doing a jump ring. You never pull them open, you twist them open. So you give it a twist to open it up, put your chain on there, and twist it shut. Ta-da! And then I want to put a link in there just for added interest. So again, open it up, add the chain to it. Da-da-da-da. There we go. And close it. Make sure it's closed tight. There's no gap there, because that chain will find a way to sneak out of that little opening, I tell you. One more little piece of chain. And this is a really little piece of chain. Open it up. Put on this tiny little short piece of chain. Oh, I can hear people. People are sending me love. They're sending me questions. I know it, but I'm looking at this loop very carefully. Come on, loop. I didn't want that piece of chain anyway. You know, when your hands are too big, sometimes it's just good to use your tools as your hands. There we go. That worked. I love my tools. These are one of my favorites, these bent chain nose pliers. They work better than fingers most of the time. Okay, so we're going to make 5 of these little tassel segments. Oh, looky, somebody already did that. Yay, me. And we have some more comments. Let's see. Jessie Pin says, you know it's going to be good when the chain dino starts roaring. I'm glad you noticed, Jessie. Thank you. I do love my chain dino. And Gwen wants to know, what tool did you use to make the loops? Round nose pliers. There they are. These are Lindstrom brand. I like them because they're super tapered, because a lot of the others are much more blunt on the end, and I like to make little loops. And Dawn wants to know, what is the name of that thing you hung the chain on? Ah, my chain stay. I believe we still have some of these in stock at Fire Mountain Gems. I could imagine you making your own, but this is really handy dandy. Yeah, just it's really intended to like hang a bracelet from, so that you can then hang your charms all on the same side and stuff like that. But use it any way you like. Tools are not meant to be just the way they were intended. I like to play with tools. Okay, so I've got these 5 dangles that I'm going to make my tassel out of. And you would want a piece of wire now. I don't know why. Maybe just because I always have them at my desk. I've got these really long eye pins, and I like the finish, and I like the weight of it. They're 21 gauge, so I rarely go to my storeroom and get a piece of wire. I just grab a nice long eye pin. So here's a nice long eye pin. On the end of this eye pin, I'm going to make a wrap loop. But I'm not going to finish it yet. I'm going to make a 90-degree bend. I'm going to leave that tail nice and long, because that's for my wrapping. Then I'm going to take my round nose pliers like I did with the simple loop, only this time I'm going to wrap my wire up and over the pliers. And again, if you didn't catch it from watching this little video on your telephone or wherever you're watching it, go to firemountaingems.com. We've got all kinds of tutorials about how to do this type of technique, and they're really good to know for any jewelry designer or just a hobbyist, whatever. Okay, so now I've made just sort of a hook on the end of this wire. Let me see if I can get it where you can see it good. Rotate it around. There we go. So I've got sort of a hook there. I'm going to hook every one of these 5 chains onto that hook, onto the last link of chain to make my tassel. Tassel. It's a lot easier when you're at home in your own personal studio and you don't have a camera watching you, honestly. So don't be intimidated. And you could make this tassel as full and as rich as you like, too. I'm just putting on 5. This was a light tassel. So I've got all 5 of those onto my hook. I'm going to stick my round nose plier into that loop again. And I'm going to fold that wire over so it has made a complete loop now. And now I use the stem to wrap around my wire. And I don't care if it's pretty or not, because I am going to hide this inside a cone. So it doesn't matter if it's pretty, it just needs to be secure. So that's not going to come loose. That's good. Cut off that little extra piece of wire without injuring any camera people or any other assistants. So there's my tassel. Up at the top, I still got an eye there. I don't need that, so I'm going to cut it off. Bye. Oh, what do we got? Nancy Hornbrook says, oh, Nancy Hornbrook Hunt. Thank you, Nancy. Says, you are fun. Thanks, Nancy. I hope to have fun. That's half the point of Fire Mountain Live, isn't it? Who cares if you learn how to do the project? Let's have fun. Did you see the picture of the giant watermelon? That was fun. We had so many weird things we took pictures of. We saw giant steers and lots of dinosaurs. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about dinosaurs, not saying what I'm doing. Taking the, oh, I wanted to put a bead in there first. This particular cone has sort of an opening in it. So to keep it extra secure, I'm going to just put a little 3mm bead on the inside. So I put a 3mm bead on top of my wrap loop. Put on the cone, make sure it comes out the tip. Also, if you can see it, this tip is a little bit interesting. It's not smooth on the end, it's like pointy on the end. So I'm going to do a wrap loop at the top here, just a little bit different. I'm actually going to wrap the top of that so that it will be extra secure. So I'm getting it as far into the cone as I can. I'm going to make my 90-degree bend right where the tip of the cone is. That's where my 90-degree bend is at the tip of the cone. And I'm going to do that so that I can make this loop here. Make the loop just like I did before, but this time I want it to look pretty. So I'm going to reposition my pliers, wrap the rest of the way around. And what I want to do is I do my wraps now. I actually want to wrap the tip of that cone into my wraps. It'll make it more secure. It makes it more attractive. And so I'm wrapping around. And you notice I've got my good glasses on. Wrapping around so that I'm wrapping the top of that cone in there too. Ta-da, 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 ta, ta, ta. And I can wrap it down as far as I want, as long as I've got enough wire. To be professional, you would be counting these wraps so that you can make the exact same number of wraps on the second cone. There we go. That's good enough. But you can see, let's see if we can get, I'm going to nip off the end of this. And there, you can see how we've made this tip. Get a good picture of that? Yeah, good. So that the cone is all wrapped around. And it's all nice and secure. It doesn't wobbly. And we're coming to the end, folks. We're coming down to the wire now. So if you got any more questions, get them in now. So then I take another piece of nice long chain. I'm going to take a oval jump ring, already opened, attach it to my loop, attach it to my chain. Whoop, not round nose, bent chain nose. Close up that jump ring, and there you have it, folks. A Lariat style necklace. Here, I'm going to put it on. That you can wear how you like. You can tie a simple knot. You can double knot it. You can play with it any way you want. Ta-da-da-da. You could do a chain, a scarfy chain. I like this. So it can be shorter. There you go. Oh, there's a good suggestion from somebody. Marla says you could wear the chain with a mask. Yes, you could even attach it, you know, to the earpieces. Hopefully we're not all having to wear masks all the time anymore. Let's see, what else do I want to tell you about? I guess that's it, except to make sure that you share this video. If you missed the beginning of it and you want to see the beginning of it, they're still available on YouTube and the various social medias. If you want that materials list, do hashtag MB2W. After the video is over, our social media expert will get that to you. And happy beading. I hope you had enjoyed this. Bye-bye.